This is Chapter 6 of our AZ-204 preparation. The focus now is on integration, connecting and consuming Azure services and third-party services. This domain is worth 20 to 25% of the exam, making it the second heaviest after compute. Why is integration important? Because modern applications rarely live in isolation. They must communicate with APIs, send messages, publish events, and consume external services. Mini review. Integration equals APIs, messaging, event-driven architecture, and connecting Azure with the outside world. What is API management? It is a service that allows you to publish, secure, transform, maintain, and monitor APIs. What does it provide? A developer portal for API consumers, a gateway to manage requests, and policies to secure and transform traffic. What are common policies? Rate limiting, caching, authentication, IP filtering, and request transformation. What is the difference between internal and external APIs? Internal APIs are accessible only within a virtual network. External APIs are public-facing. Exam tip. Know how to protect backend services by placing API management in front with authentication policies. Mini review. API management equals publishing, securing, transforming, and monitoring APIs. What is Event Grid? It is a fully managed event routing service that uses a publish-subscribe model. What is an event? It is a lightweight notification that something happened. For example, a blob was uploaded. What is a topic? A channel where publishers send events. What is a subscription? A configuration that routes events from a topic to a handler such as a function, logic app, or webhook. Why use Event Grid? It offers near real-time delivery, high scalability, and low cost. Mini review. Event Grid equals publish-subscribe, topics, subscriptions, and near real-time delivery. What is Azure Service Bus? It is an enterprise-grade messaging service for reliable asynchronous communication. What is the difference between queues and topics in Service Bus? Queues provide point-to-point messaging. Topics provide publish-subscribe messaging with multiple subscribers. What features make Service Bus Enterprise ready? Dead letter queues, sessions, transactions, message ordering, and duplicate detection. When to use Service Bus over storage queues? When advanced messaging features are required, such as FIFO or fan out with filters. Mini review. Service Bus equals advanced messaging with queues, topics, and enterprise features. What is Event Hubs? It is a big data streaming platform and event ingestion service. It can handle millions of events per second. What is its use case? Collecting telemetry and logs from applications, IoT devices, or infrastructure, and then processing them in real time. How is data consumed? Consumers read from partitions, often using Azure Stream Analytics or custom processors. How does Event Hubs differ from Event Grid? Event Hubs is optimized for high-volume data streams. Event Grid is optimized for lightweight event notifications. Mini review. Event Hubs equals high-throughput streaming, partitions, and big data pipelines. How do you consume REST APIs in Azure applications? By using HttpClient or Azure SDKs in code, or by configuring logic apps or API connections. What about authentication? APIs often require OAuth tokens, API keys, or certificates. Secure them in Key Vault. What about retries and resilience? Always implement retry policies, timeouts, and exponential backoff when calling external APIs. Exam tip. The AZ-204 exam can ask about calling external services and handling failures gracefully. Mini review. Consuming REST APIs equals HttpClient, authentication, retries, and secure key management. Scenario 1. You need to expose a backend API securely to partners. Solution. Publish it with Azure API management and apply authentication and rate limiting policies. Scenario 2, a blob upload must trigger downstream processing. Solution, use event grid with a function subscriber. Scenario 3, microservices need reliable message exchange with guaranteed ordering. Solution, use service bus queues with sessions. Scenario 4, IoT devices must stream millions of telemetry messages per second. Solution, use event hubs with stream analytics. Scenario 5, your application must call a third-party payment API. Solution, use HttpClient with OAuth tokens stored in Key Vault. Mini review. Scenarios test your ability to pick the right integration service for each need. Best practice 1. Use API management to centralize and secure all external APIs. Best practice 2. Decouple components with queues and topics to increase reliability and scalability. Best practice 3. Use Event Grid for lightweight events and event hubs for heavy data streams. Best practice 4. Secure API keys and tokens in Key Vault, never in code. Best practice 5. Implement retry policies and resilience when calling external services. Mini review. Best practices equal centralization, decoupling, correct service choice, secure secrets, and resilience. What tools help developers with integration? Postman for testing APIs, Azure Storage Explorer for queues and blobs, Azure Portal for configuring services, and Azure CLI for automation. What SDKs are available? Azure provides SDKs for Net, Python, JavaScript, and Java for all major integration services. Exam tip: be comfortable reading sample code that uses SDKs to send messages, consume events, or call APIs. Mini review. Developer tools equal SDKs, CLI, Postman, and Portal usage. Review time. Integration is 20 to 25% of the exam, one of the largest domains. API management publishes, secures, and monitors APIs with policies. Event Grid provides lightweight publish-subscribe event routing. Service Bus offers advanced enterprise messaging with queues and topics. Event Hubs ingests massive event streams for big data processing. REST API consumption requires HttpClient, authentication, retries, and secure key storage. Scenarios test matching services to needs such as API exposure, blob triggers, microservice messaging, IoT streams, and external APIs. Best practices: centralize APIs, decouple with messaging, use the right event service, secure secrets, and design for resilience. Final message: integration skills prove you can build connected, event-driven, and resilient applications in Azure.